Hi everyone, and welcome to Community Spotlight, exclusively here on RCN in the Lehigh Valley and Delaware Valleys. Glad you could join us tonight. I'm Dan Mowdy. It is cold outside, there is no doubt about it. In fact, as we are recording this show here in roughly early January, it is single digits outside, and you can only imagine what this would mean a day like today to someone who doesn't have a home, and in particular, someone young who is out on the street with no place to go. Luckily, we have an organization in the Lehigh Valley that addresses these dire needs, not just this time of year, but throughout the year. Valley Youth House has been a big part of the Lehigh Valley, reaching out to, in effect, rescue some of the homeless and some of the runaway children that really have no place to go. We're lucky to have with us some folks to represent this great organization and tell us a little bit more about it. First of all, we want to welcome Shane Burrows, the coordinator of the Synergy program, Street Outreach Project. And also joining him, we have the Director of Development, Christina Shoemaker. Welcome to Community Spotlight.
Thank you for having us.
Interesting and very important work that Valley Youth House does. And before we get into some of the nuts and bolts of exactly what goes on and the ways you go out and make sure that young folks' needs are being met, especially those who are looking for a place, basically, or need a place. Let me ask you a little bit about yourselves. Now, Christina, I understand that you're recently on board with this great organization, having come from Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Correct, yes. I joined in June, and it's been really exciting. I've learned a lot, and I'm really enjoying myself. Valley Youth House is a wonderful organization that serves a critical need in our community, and it's been very enjoyable.
Excellent. And as Director of Development, you're basically, I would imagine, getting awareness out there for what goes on and the good work that's done at Valley Youth House and trying to garner some support from the community and beyond.
Absolutely. So Valley Youth House is an organization that's been in existence for over 41 years. We serve 11 counties throughout Pennsylvania, and last year we served over 36,000 youth. Those youth being abused, neglected, and homeless. And it is our hope to communicate that awareness of the programming that we do and the critical needs that we serve for children, youth, and families.
36,000, not over 40 years, just last year.
Last year, 36,000 youth served.
It's sad. It's sad that the need is that great, and it really is. It's astonishing to me to know that there are that many youth that need a program and the programs that are supported by Valley Youth House. Shane, how about yourself, your involvement with Valley Youth House? Tell us a little bit about how you got involved and some of the work that you do.
Well, back in 2000, I was a counselor at the shelter in Bethlehem, and I left for a little while, and we, with our employees, with the employees of Valley Youth House, we call it a revolving door, because typically when people leave, they come back. So I came back in 2009 as a counselor at the group home in Bucks County, and when we got the grant for a street outreach program, I was very quick to say I would love to run that program. So we started the Synergy Project Street Outreach Program.
I want to go back on something I'd said initially, saying homeless, looking for a place to stay, but I guess there are other youth that you serve as well. Is that the case?
Absolutely. Yes, we serve children, youth, and families. So we have two shelters, the Lehigh Valley Shelter and the Bucks County Shelter. We have a home for boys known as Paths, which is located in Breinigsville. We serve countless youth in the school districts through our prevention and intervention programs. We have the Project Child Coalition, and then we have a number of independent living programs as well.
Excellent. And it's not just the facilities, but the programs that you support, which I know is a big part of the mission.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about some of the programs that are in place to reach out.
Well, we brought Shane here to tell you a little bit more about street outreach. So here in this time of year, being the winter, knowing that my children had a 2-hour delay today because of the cold, I think it just kind of brings home exactly what he's doing. So talk about that.
Sure. The Synergy Project works with youth who are ages 21 and under who don't have a place to go. They may be living out in the woods or in abandoned buildings, cemeteries, baseball dugouts, train yards, and we try to make sure that those youth have their basic needs met, survival supplies and things of that nature. And then we move them ultimately towards more independence in life, trying, of course, to find shelter first, that being the greatest need, and helping them establish, whether it be going home or whether it be setting out on their own and finishing school and getting jobs, things like that.
I see. What do you see? I know there's no cookie cutter way to describe the work that you do, and I would imagine every situation, every time you approach someone who you think might be in need is probably going to be a little bit different. But in general terms, if you can, what kind of approach do you have to somebody who you think might be in need?
Well, I think that my image, if I went out in a three-piece suit, I think it might be a different feeling they would get from me, but I'm very casual, and I just approach them. Usually when I've identified a few key things that I look for that suggest that they might be homeless, and let them know that if they have any friends who might be in a situation where they don't have stable housing, we could help them with all sorts of different things, and we explain ways we could help. From there, oftentimes those kids will say, oh, well, that's my situation. I don't have anywhere to sleep tonight, and I've been sleeping in the park or wherever it might be. And so then we'll say, well, you want to come over to the Jeep? We have a Jeep Wrangler that's our street outreach vehicle, and we'll make sure that they get food, clothing, hygienic products, camping equipment if they're having to live outdoors, and they get the referrals they need to be in safe housing.
Interesting. I kind of appreciate the indirect approach, if you will, if you know of anybody.
Well, I wouldn't want to offend somebody who's not homeless.
Well, a good point. Yeah, absolutely. And do you find that you have a variance in response with someone who you think might be a candidate for some help? I
would say a lot of the youth are just really thankful that somebody's there to be able to help them. Most of the kids that I work with in Allentown and Bucks County, we have two street outreach programs, actually. One is in Bucks. Typically, the response is that they are okay, they don't really need anything, they're fine. But when I start to break it down a little bit more and say, well, how are you meeting this need and how are you meeting that need, that's when they start to realize, you know what, I do have a lot of needs. Yeah. They don't see it actually happening until somebody brings it to their attention. Understood. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the needs of Valley Youth House and some of the ways that you can help make this program even stronger than it is today, because obviously the need is great. Stay with us here on Community Spotlight. Valley Youth House here in the Lehigh Valley, and I should say the greater Lehigh Valley, serves a tremendous number of people. It's almost, it's definitely heartstring tugging how many children and young adults are out there who could benefit from the services provided by Valley Youth House to make sure that they're getting as much support as possible in some pretty dire circumstances. We have some new guests here for our second segment. We want to welcome on board our guitarist and musician, Kayla Avitabile. She is going to be performing for us in this third segment. But Kayla, welcome to our Community Spotlight show.
Thank you for having me.
And also joining us for this segment, we have Bob Robertson, the Executive Vice President of Valley Youth House. He's also the coordinator, he is a part of one of the founders of the Artist in Residence program. Bob, I apologize for stumbling over that, but a new program for a guy who's been a big part of this organization for 36 years. Is that right?
That's correct. Thanks.
Phenomenal. And also joining us here for segment 2 is Christina Shoemaker, the Director of Development. Let me just start off by asking about some of the interesting programs that you have here with Valley Youth House, including the Artist in Residence. Sounds pretty cool.
It's pretty outstanding, and I think one of the things that Valley Youth House has historically been really good at is creating new bleeding edge kind of programming and different ways of working with youth other than just talk therapy.
So music is kind of a way to reach out, I guess, it sounds like.
It is a great way to reach out, talk about issues which are very related to them, things that affect them. It's a great way to teach problem solving and confidence building skills.
Excellent. The program is relatively new, from what I understand, with Valley Youth House, but apparently you've gotten some attention from it already.
Yeah, the program, and Kayla's really gotten most of the attention. The program has gotten a lot of attention nationally from a national publication, Youth Today, who did a big story on Kayla and the program, and Kayla and I presented at a conference in Phoenix to teach other programs around the country how to create similar programs.
Wow, phenomenal. Kayla, you got to tell us about this. It sounds like a terrific experience.
Yeah, it was. It's actually the farthest I've ever been away from home, and it was cool to see how I was like the youngest person there, and I was almost like leading a workshop with someone who was the vice president, and it was nice because I got the respect that it would have been if it was an adult, and it was just really nice to like be a part of something like that.
Oh, I'll bet. I can't wait to hear your playing in the third segment. Tell me a little bit about the trip to Phoenix and some of the things that you enjoyed talking about most out there.
Well, we had the 90-minute presentation, and I enjoyed talking about how music actually like helps, and how I realized some certain types of music people like more because of the way the lyrics are, and just the way how something so simple can help a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Do you see music being a great way to maybe reach some more people and perhaps allow them to understand what Valley Youth House brings to what it could bring to their lives?
Well, yeah, I mean, it does a lot, and I really think that keep using music as a therapy, I guess, would really help a lot of the kids. Instead of, like Bob said, a lot of new programs are different. A lot of people don't use music as something for a lot of the kids in the shelters.
Good point, good point. I'm very impressed with the growth of the program. You know, we talked about the needs that are out there, the number of kids that can benefit from Valley Youth House. It sounds like you're a part of a very dynamic organization.
I absolutely could not agree more.
As far as future growth goes, do you see that things will continue to roll along with new ideas? And Bob, you can speak to this too, I would imagine, that you know, it's never a good thing to sit back and think you've got everything covered, because there seems to always be a new way to reach somebody else out there.
Yeah, that's really absolutely true, and I think, again, historically that's one of the things that differentiates Valley Youth House from every other program around the country. It's thinking about what would work better. How can we access young people in new and different ways rather than just settling for the same old way. So it is always evolving, and it's always trying to figure out how to make a difference on a higher level.
Excellent. Now, have you gotten feedback from the Young Artist in Residence program now that it's been introduced nationally? Anybody following up as far as getting a program like that where they are?
Yeah, that's definitely true. And it was kind of interesting immediately following the presentation in Phoenix. Kayla's artist Facebook web site got a whole lot of new followers. She has more than 2,000 now.
Is that right?
And yeah, people have contacted us, and yeah, it's something that's different. And I think that was the feedback from a lot of the people, both in the evaluations and also the conversations while we were out there.
Okay, I kind of introduced you as a musician. It goes beyond that, though. I understand you write your own material?
Not yet, but I'm trying to start doing that.
Ah, that's excellent. Is that something you think you want to pursue?
Yeah, definitely.
Phenomenal. And how would you describe to a first-time listener like myself, how would you describe your music to them?
I like a lot of alternative rock music. Right now I just do acoustic covers of it, but it's definitely not regular pop music you hear on the radio. It's different sounding.
Would you give us a name or two of maybe the artists that you do like to follow, even if they are alternative and I've never heard of them before?
Well, my all-time favorite band is Green Day. I like other bands like All Time Low, one called Pierce the Veil. I'm going to see them in February. I like a lot of different kinds of music, ranging from like classic rock to something that's like even metal.
Excellent, excellent. And as much as you're comfortable with, tell us a little bit about how Valley Youth House has helped you out in your life.
Well, I've gotten a lot of recognition for everything I've done. I'm only 15, and all this stuff usually doesn't happen to many 15-year-olds, so I'm really lucky to have something like this.
Excellent. Quite a young lady.
Kayla is, yes indeed, quite a young lady, pretty amazing. And while she said she doesn't write her own material, Kayla often rearranges some of the songs in ways that they do sound like new songs.
Phenomenal. That's a great step in the songwriting progression. Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to let you know how you can be involved with this great organization. A volunteer, someone who supports financially, many great ways to help out a program that is well-deserving. We'll talk about that right after this on Community Spotlight. And welcome back to Community Spotlight. Valley Youth House serving youth in need only in 1 year, last year. We want to reduce the number of folks that have the need, and we also want to support Valley Youth House. You can do your part by going to valleyyouthhouse.org. They're doing their part in so many ways, and one is this: Yes, I Can, Yes, I Will, Yes, I Am. It is a documentary of the youth Artist in Residence program that Valley Youth House has introduced to the rest of the country. And we're very lucky to have Kayla here to perform some of the great music that she is offering to us here today. 15 years old. Congratulations, Kayla, on a great and budding musical career. And if you would, please take us right out into the credits.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. This one is The Ocean by Tonight Alive. Lies inside of me, and I am paralyzed, cut down to size. I hardly have the strength to open up my eyes, 'cause I am swollen, and this has stolen my sanity. Well, it's hard to see beyond this when it's fine against me. Just wait for the walls of my insides to come clean. Been prayed for days and my spirit is finally free. Some days it feels like the ocean lies inside of me, lies inside of me. The waves crashing
eyes come clean. Been free for a day that my spirit just sweep through the walls of my insides come clean. Been free for a day that my spirit is finally free. Some days it feels like the ocean lies inside of me, lies inside of me.
This one is Bulletproof Love by Pierce the Veil.
I breathe you in with smoke.